trying to see how we can be effective in ministering to people and families with disabilities. There's not a lot of churches out there that are really thriving in doing that. And I've been looking at this for a couple of years. Did you know that 1 in 5 Americans has been diagnosed with a disability? Families with children with special needs experience a higher level of stress. Expect that. Did you know when a child with special needs is born into a marriage, 80% of those marriages end in divorce? And when that child, when the disability is autism, that divorce rate goes to 90%. Those numbers hurt my heart as a family pastor. I want to see families thrive. I want to see families be together, stay together. And these are hard things for me to process. I wonder, as a church, how can we help in this scenario? Many times when people with disabilities and families with children with disabilities attend church, they feel unwelcome. And sometimes they're even asked to leave or encouraged to, find another church. That's really a hard thing to say out loud. And I think that's where God's raising up this burden for me to how do we meet this need? The church is a body of believers united in Christ. There's no room for partiality in the church. People with disabilities should never be viewed as an inconvenience. They should never be judged based on their appearance or estimated value that they have. So for the past few months, I have been working with a young man named Eli, and we go back into children's church, and we have a lesson time, and Eli's he's on the autism spectrum, but we meet about twice a month, and just like anyone else, I don't know him, and I don't know what his gifts are. I don't know what his talents are. I don't know what his desires are until I spend time with him, until I get to know him. So I can't just judge and be partial and not have this bias that I don't have time, I don't want to do this. The more time I spend with Eli, the more I realize how little I know. The more I get to see his personality, I can tell now when he's in a good mood. I can tell when he's wanting to be silly. I can see when he's proud of himself for the work that he put in during his lesson time. I value my time with Eli. Our bodies, our physical bodies, our mental bodies, we're under the curse of sin here on this earth. Our bodies break down. They don't work the way God intended them to work, the way they were in the Garden of Eden. They don't. So there's all kinds of physical and mental things that are the result of sin. Not one person's sin, not a generational sin, but the sin, from Adam, from the curse. The sin has left a mark on mankind in many ways. But the beautiful thing is, while our bodies are broken, while they don't work the way they're intended to, our souls are untouched. There are no disabled souls, and that is a beautiful thing to me. And I want us to be able to serve and minister and see each other, see those in our community like that. Show no partiality. So no follower of Jesus should be excluded from church or be discouraged to continuing gathering together with other believers. Should be able to embrace it, embrace all. God doesn't look at people the same way we do. God sent Samuel to anoint the new king. And in 1 Samuel 16, Samuel's there. He's with Jesse. He's seeing Jesse's sons. This is what he has to say. Surely the Lord's anointed is before me. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. The church is here to equip saints for ministry, and believers are called to the Great Commission to make disciples of all nations. Let us not show partiality within the church by sizing people up by their appearance. Let's get to know each other. Let's get to know others. Get to know their heart, their character. James was challenging his readers to see their faith in Christ, allow their faith to change how they live, to love their neighbor, regardless if he's rich or poor or black or white or fat or skinny, with disability, without disability. James expects our faith in Christ to catapult our actions so we act more and more like Christ. True faith loves. True faith helps us love.